Warm welcome along to each and every one of you. I've got plenty of people to welcome along into the stream, so welcome to Paul, to Adrian, to Serdic, to the Lucas, who I know is currently out, to the lovely Kim. We also have the wonderful Gemma Barnes in the chat. Welcome into Jim. I'm doing quite well, thank you. Got a little bit of a bug, which is why I'm streaming today instead of doing a voiceover. We've got Tom Fanto, welcome into Hayden, and Deadpool and Fraz as well. Thank you for the good lucks with the run. Hopefully this run will go very, very well. Let's get the graphics up, shall we? We're starting with Honchkrow with this run, but around about Goldenrod City we're going to evolve into Honchkrow because we've got the Duskstone sitting in Goldenrod Department Store. So it's going to be a regular Honchkrow run for the first couple of badges. That is the plan anyway. And I'm very excited for this run. I think it's going to be very interesting to see just how much better Honchkrow is than Honchkrow. We're doing it the other way around, and we're doing Honchkrow first, and then we'll see just how much of an improvement I can make with Honchkrow, if any at all, of course. We've got 4 backported moves for this. We've got Astonish, Dark Pulse, Nasty Plot, and Night Slash. And before we get into the run, I want to say thank you to the wonderful Sprouts for help with the sprites work. And with all of that out of the way, I say we just get on with it. So let's get the timer going, and let's start this run. So we're starting in the daytime, and our first encounter is a level 3 Pidgey. It's going to be a 2-shot, and it should be a relatively smooth sailing all the way through, hopefully, with the hidden power type we've got. There will, of course, be a couple of roadblocks, and I really do like the Dark type as well. That's why I'm so excited to be able to bring another Dark type Pokemon in Crystal. Because there have been a serious lack, I should say, of Dark-type Pokemon in Pokemon Crystal. We are using the Duskstone, so we don't have a set evolution level for Honchkrow. It's going to be when we get the Duskstone. We've put that in Goldenrod's department store, so hopefully it won't be too late a level. Super Luck Night Slash is a very good combination, isn't it? Welcome in, Josh. I hope you're having a great day. I'm very glad you've caught a live stream for the first time in a few months. I'm not feeling at 100% today, so I'm going to try my best to power through. I've got 2 potential runs for today, and it all depends on how well I'm feeling after the first run. Good morning, D1. I hope you're feeling better today. I think you might have given me your cold. And for once, I agree with Professor Elm saying it's a rare Pokemon here. I doubt he's seen a Honchkrow before. Welcome in, Delana. I hope you've had a great day. I hope you're settled in. I am doing very well, thank you. I should say I'm doing very well. I'm full of a something or other. Oh no, you didn't get the little job. Well, hopefully this one on Thursday will have much better taste. And one of the reasons we are doing the Dark type run at the moment, or the Backport runs I should say, is because I want to get used to this new Kanto routing, and I don't want to do it on the main leaderboard. Yes, Dark type time! I believe the only Dark type Pokemon available in Crystal in Johto were Umbreon and Sneasel in the Icy Path. Cannot think of any others off the top of my head. I am very glad you're relaxing with me after a long day at work. You see, I hope you're having a great day. And welcome into Joking Alpaca. I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. Now, the cogs aren't particularly whirring in my brain yet today. Very much feeling under the weather. I don't sound too rough, thank goodness, though. So we shall power through, and hopefully by the end of this stream, I'll be feeling much, much better. I've not tried out Crystal Legacy, no. I've been too busy with my nose deep in a lot of code, trying to get a lot of backports sorted. Last night I had the fun of trying to implement location-based evolutions, which is easier said than done. Houndour and Honchkrow being available in Johto is a very good idea. Both desperately needed. I was taught that where Growlithe is in Pokemon Crystal, at night time they should have made the Fire Encounter Houndoom instead, or Houndour I should say. I really like the Backports as well. They've breathed a new lease of life into Pokemon Crystal because, let's be honest, the first 251 Pokemon can get a little bit stale. I am a little under the weather, but not too bad, thank you, Malik. How are you today? I know, the beak is massive, isn't it? Yes, Burnt Tower would be a great location. They actually got rid of the fire type. Magmar, the Bumphead Fire Dark, was available in Burnt Tower and Gold and Silver, but they got rid of it in Crystal for some unknown reason. Now, because we're a flying type, it makes sense for us to do early Sprout Tower, and thank you so much for the £2 super chat, Alex. You really didn't have to do that. I hope you have a lovely day as well. It's like a beaky 5-head, you're not wrong there. In fact, let's do a cheeky little heal. Oh no, you've got the virus. Hopefully it doesn't turn into anything too nasty for you, Malik. Magmar surprised me on its redo. He got a very good time. I've been working on rehauling the swarming system in Pokemon Crystal this morning, and I've put Mareep as a swarm on Route 36, which is actually just west of Violet City where we are now. Because I'm not only working on backports, I'm trying to improve my coding skills in general. So I think it's always good to have extra skills up your back pocket. And it's been very fun learning how a lot of Gen 2 works. Yes, we're pecking all the sprouts. We're going to peck Hootsoots in a second as well. And I think I'm going to do full Sprout Tower. I'm not sure about a complete ROM hack of my own, but I'm certainly open to helping other people out with their ROM hacks. Because I don't really have the inspiration to make a full ROM hack. Good afternoon, Kangastan. How are you? I'm actually waiting on a couple of tests to be delivered. So if I can find out what I've got now is that virus, which we shall not name. Because I am feeling pretty rough. But we shall make it all work. Let's get out of the Sprout Tower. And let's go straight into the gym. So my movement might be a little bit duff today. I'm going to try my best to power through. Thank you so much, Kanbei, for the 6 months. Good morning to you too. I am having a proper old whinge about feeling bad. Malik, I unfortunately cannot give you a hint for the next Pokemon because I don't know what it's going to be. I work very much... When I get the inspiration, I will do that particular run. Good morning, SSJ Derp. I hope you're feeling very well, and hopefully I will recover quickly. It's just a little bit of brain fog this morning, which isn't the worst in the world. You'll be pleased to know, Kanbei, that it's going to get very cold. Over the next weekend or so, we're going to be getting our first frost in a lot of places of the UK. So I'm going to be whinging about that. Because I don't like the cold, but I know a lot of people do. So we got our first badge in just under 7.5 minutes. You didn't make me mad at all. Just if I don't know, I can't tell you. Yes, it'll be warm specifically in your part of the country, just to spite you, Kanbei. Thank you for the good vibes. I think Honchkrow will do very, very well with those. Especially because Nidoran failed to growl us. Leafeon and Glaceon will be location-based. I was coding that last night, actually. I've got it working. Oh, I am very jealous of being in the 90s in the afternoon in Las Vegas. We'll just invert those good vibes for good old Honchkrow here. So I reckon we're going to be about level 22 when we evolve. See, I don't mind the humidity. Very much happy in the warmth. Next summer, I'm hoping to get back over to Cyprus for a couple of months. Get myself nice and warm there. I remember going when it was a 45 Celsius heat wave and I was in my element. Now we absolutely do not want to get caught by either of those spinners. I think you must have been an ice type in a previous life. Meowdy Rumus, how are you doing today? Pokemon with multiple evolutions are going to get separate videos. Wrong move. We are going to get Swift. It gives us a little bit of extra coverage. Oh no, I've heard about the ADHD medication shortage that's going on. Goodness me, that was a mouthful, wasn't it? And we only got one extra encounter getting Swift. We can't complain at that. We'll pick up this second PlayStation Network Cureberry. And we won't get Tiger Anthony. Perfect. So we will buy our stuff in the Pokemart. What should we get? We'll get 8 Repels and 6 Super Potions. We shall heal up our Pokemon. Chat with Kurt. And then we'll get into the forest and pause the timer for the HM friends. But I also need to just let the cat out. And thank you so much, Gemma Barnes, for the gifted membership. That is very, very kind of you. You really didn't have to. And now with the cat out, we shall start finding the HM friends. And welcome in Sombrero Pharaoh. How are you on this? It's Tuesday, isn't it? I think. Maybe question mark. Who knows? So we are looking for Paris and Psyduck here. And here is the first of them. Psyduck is one of our 2 HM friends that we're going to catch here in the forest. Aha! I hope your lesson went very well today. And as soon as Psyduck plays ball, we'll be able to look for our Paris. Anytime you're ready, Psyduck, I just want to say I am live. Thank you. Let's go and get our Paris and hope that that one is a little less finicky. So Paris is only 5% in the forest, so it can take a little while to find. And that's why we pause the time to find the HM friends, because otherwise it'd be grossly unfair on those Pokemon that take 10 to 20 minutes sometimes for Paris to show up. Unfortunately, I can't remember Paris's cry to imitate it to see if that can get it to show up. But we don't need to, because here is our Paris. Again, not a first ball this time. They're not cooperating with me today. But only a few throws later and we catch our Paris. That means we'll resume the timer and make our way into Slowpoke Well. Yes, we could have baited it with a baguette, couldn't we? Oh, I could really do with a baguette. Oh, we're on the food talk already. Oh, it is one of those cries, isn't it, thinking about it? I really shouldn't have done that with the state of my voice today. Yes, a good fresh baguette is gorgeous, isn't it? Having said that, I'm such a fiend for bread at the best of times. And we don't even take any poison damage. Green Thai curry for you today. I hope you enjoy it. Green is the hotter one, isn't it? Compared to red. So I remember being caught out when I was a child. Welcome in, Glenn. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Oh, my lunch was a Galaxy Caramel, Dan. So you're in very good company. These streams are not going to be video formats, however there will be video format backports in the near future. Any videos we do will be completely separate runs from the streams. I do like a good bit of spicy food. And that's Bugcatcher Josh all defeated. Let's now take on Bugsy. Mightily impressed with Honchkrow so far, but we will be saying goodbye to Honchkrow in just a couple of moments' time. Yes, we will be getting a Groudon Backport at some point. And we have our Hive badge in a time of 13 minutes and 23 seconds. Honchkrow really moving their way up the pecking order there, and you can boo me for that pun because that was terrible. Let's use a berry and take on the next rival battle. We're not doing Hidden Power Ground or Fighting for Jazz. We're going to be using our special attack, because Steelix is just far too powerful with its physical attack. So let us now stick a potion on. A hidden power type is water. So one of the updates to the overlay means that we now have the hidden power type displayed in the overlay along with its power, but it is still very, very tiny. Yes, Pokemon still do get badge boosts in Generation 2. So at the moment, Peck has effective 58 base power. Our Paris is holding a mushroom. Now, we don't learn Headbutt, which means we get to do Quick Ilex Forest. I knew I forgot to pick something up there. Paris is very much a fun guy. I like hanging out with our Paris. Let's get Sweet Scent. And yeah, let's take on Gina. Yes, Hidden Power Water is actually quite rare. I do like digging it out every so often, though. And the reason I chose water is because it'll be neutral to the Magnemite, super effective on the Steelix, and then it might help out with Brock later on as well. Gym leaders all give you a boost to their types, and then there are certain gym badges, like Faulkner will give you a boost to your physical attack. And we're going to pause the timer to try and find Abra. We've run Hidden Power Fire in a recent run. Yes, no Dark boost for Honchkrow, unfortunately, and we now have the third of our HM friends. We'll do a cheeky little heal here. But your best option, Malik, to find out the specifics for the badge boosts is to go onto Bulbapedia, because they will all be listed. My French is very, very rusty, I've got to be honest. If we were to run Shedinja, we'd run it with Wonder Guard. We'd have it completely legit. Welcome in, Umbreon. And we're taking on Picnicker Kim, named after the lovely Kim's Mad World. And unfortunately, her Vulpix went down in one shot. Yes, hiya! Let's take on the 3 Pokemon here. Take care of Camper Ivan. Now, we don't want to get Juggler Irwind here. That would be terrible. Don't think we will need the Quick Claw. But we'll grab it just in case. And we'll bike round to get ourselves Dig. So let's teach Dig to Paris. We'll also teach Sweet Scent at the same time. So we'll say goodbye to Gratch there. We will then move the moves around. So we want them in that order. No, we don't. We want them in that order. Let's take the item off Paris. And then we shall swap Paris and Kenya around. We'll take the male off Kenya. And then we'll swap the other 2 around. There we go. Pokemon in the correct order for the most part of the rest of this run. We'll swap Kenya and Abra around when we've got Fly. That's the same with a lot of Pokemon actually in Gem 2. Gemma, we get Nightmare and Dream Eater, but we don't get a Sleep move. It's very, very strange. I would assume, and this is a big guess here, Malik, but you said you have the virus. Therefore, cold sweats are quite common with a virus. Level 25 acquired. Let us now not dig. We can't dig our way through roots. That would be ridiculous. So let's go up to the 5th floor first of all, where we can grab Return. We'll be returning here later. And then we can buy ourselves a Dusk Stone. And we're going to use that straight away. So it is goodbye to Murkrow. And hello to Honchkrow. We don't want to learn Swagger. And while we're here, actually, let's sell some unwanted stuff. So we'll sell that just to make a little bit of space in the bag. So now we have Honchkrow for the rest of this run. And Honchkrow has a whopping 125 in attack. And a not bad 105 in special attack. Yes, we've had to go for a lot of yellow on the sprite, unfortunately. This is a ROM hack that I have made myself. I'm very glad you liked the sprite. And we get Whitney's badge in 1939. This sprite was made with the help of the wonderful Sprouts, and they have done a very, very good job with it. Trouble with Gen 2 sprites is you can only get 2 colours. So you can even see with that Hootoots, it's black, white, and 2 additional accenting colours. You know, for once, we're going to take on the Drowsy Man. Grab the ether, and we are now in Ecruteak City. So let's now do a cheeky little heal and take on the Kimono Girls. If I feel that we can beat the Pseudo Widow, I'll take it on. It's very rare that we can. At least in one shot anyway. Nice one shot on the Espeon there. And the other reason why I like running away from it is because of the animation. I really love that running animation. Welcome in, Nelson. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Yes, Sudowoodo is a lot tougher than people do give it credit for. It was an absolute pleasure to run it. Oh, no. Oh, that was a little bit tighter than I was expecting, but we just about scraped through. Yes, Sudowoodo did very well when we did its run. Really is very underestimated in the world of Pokemon. I'd like to see it get an evolution, though. Make Sudowoodo even stronger. Sudowoodo was one of my favourite runs. I do have plans for Chansey Blissey at some point. Do not fret. See, I am loath to give it the grass type, because it's supposed to be a fake tree, so I think giving it the grass type would be dishonest to what the premise of the Pokemon was. Yes, Sudowoodo absolutely didn't need a baby Pokemon. Though I can say the same about a lot of those Generation 4 baby Pokemon. I really think Sudowoodo needs a bit more love and attention. I think it's one of those Pokemon that gets lost in the mix of all the other Pokemon. Bonsai is super cute, but it doesn't really have a reason to exist. I hope work goes very well for you, Nelson. Oh god, Durant is one of my least favourite Pokemon. Genuinely don't have a single positive thing to say about it. Oh, if I could delete any Pokemon from the face of the planet, I think it might actually be Durant. Goodness me. Oh yes, rock fighting would be very, very fun. And that is very kind of you to say, Dante. That is very kind of indeed. Thank you so much. Durant just exists and I cannot stand ants. See, I love all the other bug steel types. I just really have it in for Durant. I also really have it in for this Fluffy. I'm in a mood with you, Lastana. You're making me use my full heal when I didn't want to. I like Heatmore simply by virtue of it destroying Durant. Oh, Sork and Throw are terrible as well. They can get in the bin. It's been a while since we've had a good complaining session about our least favourite Pokemon. I might be a Heatmore in disguise, but I don't think I'd want to eat a Durant. Might chip my teeth. Oh god, the Conkeldurr line is one of my least favourites as well. It's too veiny. Sturdy annoyed me in Gen 5. It's too muscular. Oh, I've got a real soft spot for Garbodor. I think it's cute, or at least Trubbish is cute. I quite like Seal. But then Seal was one of the first runs I ever did on the channel. So I've kind of got a soft spot for it just by virtue of nostalgia alone. I'd totally run Trubbish and Garbodor through this game, actually. Let's buy ourselves 11 super repels and only a couple of potions. I don't think we've used too many. Nothing wrong with the ice cream cone line. Much needed ice type in my opinion. I think there's a very serious lack of ice types in Pokemon in general, actually, not just in Gen 2. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Gumshoes. I do normally like the early game rodent, but Gumshoes just isn't for me. Though my favourite early game rodent will always be Alolan Rattata from Gen 7. Closely followed by Furret. In Gen 2, if you're doing a solo run, Scyther is actually legitimately better than Sizzle. Ooh, my favourite pseudo-legendary. Good question. Very good question, actually. Gonna have to think about that. Goodra is very cool. I do like Baxcalibur because it gives it neutral ice-type moves against it. Gonna get rid of Swift at this point. I don't think Lapras is a pseudo-legendary. Nice one-shot on the Haunter. One-shot on the Magnemite. One-shot on the Zubat. And we'll two-shot the Quilava. Very, very nice. No danger of fainting so far. I doubt the next gym's going to give us any grief whatsoever. Metagross is very cool. I just wish it was more readily available in the wild. That's my big gripe with Metagross. I hope your work went very well, Kanbei. I honestly forgot that Dragapult existed. Yes, a better catch rate would improve Beldum as well. Having that 3 catch rate when its only move is Takedown. Goodness me. What were they thinking? I remember shiny hunting that in Alola and losing my mind. A glass typing would be interesting. Talking of Friend Safari, you've only got a couple of months left. If you want to get your Friend Safaris all sorted out. Because online play is going away on the 3DS next year. One of the things I'm going to be changing for Backports in the near future is I'm going to be changing the gender formula so that we can actually run some female Pokemon in Gen 2. Because the gender formula at the moment is terrible. Let's use our final regular repel, move those supers up. And let's teach Surf and Strength to our Psyduck. I liked Pokemon Y. I think Kalos is a severely underrated region. We didn't get Swimmer K-Lead. Ooh, favourite evolution. Probably Umbreon followed by Glaceon. Oh, we do absolutely want to learn Nasty Plot. Yes, it is a crying shame that X and Y didn't get their third version. Having run Jolteon in Gen 2, even though I lost the footage, I'm quite disappointed with how it fared in Gen 2. Favourite Mega? Ooh, good question. It's been so long since I've thought about Megas. Mega Heracross is kind of cool, though. Favourite Hitmon? None of the above. I did kind of like Mareep's line getting the dragon typing as well. I'm just going to pause the timer because we've had a couple of comments about adverts today. I want to see if YouTube's changed any settings. Because I'm not triggering the adverts. Right, okay. So YouTube has been adding adverts in for me just in the middle of whatever I'm doing. So it turns out that they've automatically been putting adverts for all of you instead of me clicking the button on my breaks. So I've now changed that to be me triggering the adverts again. Sorry about that. If I'd have known that was a thing, I absolutely would not have done that because I like inserting the adverts when there's absolutely nothing at all going on. So let us now get the timer underway. The best Hitmon is none of them. I do have my own personal feelings. Oh, it did, didn't it? Let's change that. I do have my own personal feelings about ad block. Because I rely on ad revenue to put food in my mouth, ostensibly. Which Hitmon bothers me the least? Probably old Spinny Legs Hitmontop. I've got YouTube Premium as well. I really do like YouTube Premium. And it's not bad for content creators if you've got YouTube Premium. Gemma, please do think about what you're saying there, because that's really taking me off my stride. It's not my fault that YouTube automatically inserted the adverts. Let's unpause the timer after that. And let's carry on. Lance absolutely does use ad block. Thank you for popping in, Adrian. I hope you have a lovely, lovely time at work. I literally only use YouTube Premium just for the lack of adverts. Because I don't really watch anything on mobile. My eyesight's not good enough for mobile. There's a reason we're mostly battling indoors, Peach. It's to keep the Honchkrow's hair perfect. we come up against a big fan at any point in this run, then Honchkrow's not going to be happy. I'm not sure I spoke to the other lady, so I'm just going to do that again. We really are racing through this run. I've just realised we're only half an hour in. Well, 35 minutes in and we're already at price. That's just a delicacy for Honchkrow. I'm mightily impressed with this Honchkrow, even if we did just range a coughing there. Yes, we are really being the real Don. Oh, wrong movement. I thought we'd done with that, but no, we've still got a little bit left. Yeah, we've got to wait another 7 levels until we get a much better move. We laugh in the face of your pathetic Murkrow. We've got a Honchkrow. Let's see if the Electrode's shiny for Seth. Number 1 isn't. And it used self-destruct. Let's use our final potion there. Number 2 also not shiny. Let's see about number 3. Where's the Sonic Boom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering Sonic Boom. A Nasty Plot isn't in Gen 1. Or Gen 2 for that matter, I backported it. I'm glad somebody got the reference. I've not done the Where's the Kaboom in quite a while, actually. Oh dear, let's not do that movement, shall we? Yes, we did have an Amnesia in Gen 1. Now, it's always best to use the special move against the Shelter line. They have absolutely next to no special defense at all. And even Price's Ice-type gym is no match for us. We got through Price in 38-17. Let's now go and pick up some bits and bobs that we'll need for later on the run. So we'll start off with a PP up. We'll get our first rare candy from here. In fact, let's go to Cherry Grove. To get the Mystic Water, and then we'll go to Azalea. And we are going to get a charcoal, just so we can sell it for money. But please don't tell the charcoal maker that. We don't want to know. We don't want him knowing that we're profiting off his generosity for us helping him out. Words, please do come back to me at some point. Let's get a King's Rock. Then we'll go to Goldenrod. Pick up a couple of bits and bobs there as well. I'm genuinely no idea where Honchkrow will finish up. I'll risk it for a biscuit there. Didn't quite pay off, but we'll get the nuggets and the rare candy. No need for the soft sand today. So we'll make our way back to Goldenrod City. I have no idea how well Honchkrow's going to do, but if it's near the top, it's going to be having a mixed both special attack and physical attack. So we're going to sell some stuff that we don't need now. We'll get rid of that charcoal. Get rid of the 3 nuggets. And we don't need Dynamic Punch. We don't have hands. We'll keep Icy Wind just in case. Don't need Shadow Ball because that's a clone of Dark type for our purposes. Don't need that. Don't need that. Not going to attract. Not going to Fury Cut. Let us now buy a bunch of vitamins. And we'll stick them all in our Honchkrow. There we go, we're all prepped for Jazz now. Need to get out of this building and make our way to Olivine City. Now after the Jasmine fight, we'll take our first brief little break. I won't press the advert button though because of all those pesky adverts earlier on in stream. And then we can get on with the next part of the run after I've wet my whistle, had a little stretch, and seen if the cat needs feeding. We defeated Sailor Ernest in earnest there. We'll dig out and we'll cycle over to Jazz's gym. Alright, let's see how we get on. One shot on the Magnemite, that's very, very good. 3 one-shots. Goodness me. How powerful is this Pokemon? We are doing so well. And we don't even have a strong stab move yet. So let's pause the timer. I'm going to take my first little stretch break. I'll only be a couple of moments, so please do bear with me. And we'll be back very quickly. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. I got myself some Coke Zero. No full fat Coke for me today. It's not one of those days. Wet my whistle, had a little stretch, had a look out for the cat. Cat didn't want to come back in, so we can get on with the next part of the run. Timer resumed, and I'm talking to the sign for some reason. Let's take on the rocket section, my least favourite part of this run, barring maybe Nugget Bridge. And honestly, having Peck at this point of the run might actually be beneficial for us. because it's a huge PP meter for Peck. I know, saying full fat Coke does bug you, Kim. I do like strawberry and I do like banana, but I would never have thought of putting them together. I absolutely need the caffeine from Coke as well. Coke, if you're out there, sponsor me, please. I'm joking, of course. Oh god, an actual full-fat Coke would be disgusting, wouldn't it? I never ever thought I would see the sentence fizzy lard on my screen, but here we are. The year is 2023, and I have finally read the words fizzy and lard next to each other. I don't drink coffee. What on earth is Magic Spoon? Got caught by the spinner for the first time in a while. It's lucky he's got terrible Pokémon. Aha! I don't drink cereal. Nobody drinks cereal. I don't eat cereal. Mostly because I've not found a decent tasting milk alternative. Because I cannot have lactose, unfortunately. A little bit worried about the wheezing here, but hopefully we'll be absolutely fine with 2 shots. He didn't even try and poison us. Excellent. Yes, it is a shame we don't have wing attack. But I think Peck is doing just as well. I have Crohn's 2 food tubes, that's part of the issue for me. And dairy is just not a thing. Let's move those potions up. And let's take on the 4th rival battle. I'm going to risk it here. And do a single nasty plot. It seems to have paid off. Oh goodness, not Blade Blado Legends. I can promise you that I will never ever accept a sponsorship from Blade Blado Legends. It's not my kind of thing at all. I'm one of those people, if I can't vouch for a product, how could I in good conscience ever try and encourage other people to buy it? I have a feeling, you know, we might get a much better time than I first anticipated with this. Yes, play Blade Blado Legends on Ford VPN with your new Ray J earplugs. I've just never been one for selling a product that I would never use. That is true. That's why I'm trying to avoid saying the brands. Oh, that one that lets you become a lord in Scotland. I forgot about that one. Welcome in, John Sparks. I hope you're doing very, very well. We're just having a little bit of a whinge about all these sponsorships we see here, there, and everywhere. Wasn't the one which let you buy a spot on the moon as well? Or am I making that one up? If a sponsorship came to me and it was the right products that I would use, and I would be genuinely able to say to all of you, yes, this works, it's a good idea, then I wouldn't be averse to it. Welcome in a game of Sail. I hope you're having a lovely morning. Just going to have a cheeky little heal. I doubt the Pokémon company would reach out to me and offer me a sponsorship, seeing as I'm modding their game. Coffee and a cinnamon roll. It sounds like an excellent start to a day to me. Replace the coffee with a nice, probably orange juice at that time of the morning, actually. I really don't drink as much orange juice as I should. Here is the Team Rocket's Fortress with his Golbat. And it tries to drink us, but it's just still 2 shots. Right, this one could be a little bit problematic because of that Arbok. But hopefully a Night Slash will knock it out in one. Absolutely smooth all the way for me with orange juice. Does anyone else remember an advert back in like the early 2000s where they were selling something that was fortified with calcium, and the products person was called CalCM? Do not fret, Stan. I think we're going to be doing a 2-run kind of stream. Thank you so much for the compliments on the back sprite. That is all thanks to the wonderful Sprouts. We really are trying to up our sprite game with the backports. And Sprouts does a fantastic job at them. So I'm thinking, providing red doesn't cause any real problems, we might run our first fairy type later on today after this one. And that's going to make Whitney's gym interesting, because her Clefairy is going to be fairy type. You got it in one, Seth. It's going to be Dedenne. One of my all-time favourite Pikachu clones. Good morning, Silver Steel. I hope you're having a great day. Have I ever forgotten Whirlpool? Unfortunately, no, because Lance has to speak to us every single time. So there is no getting away from the Whirlpool for me. Yes, we do absolutely have to get Jazz off the secret potions. Oh, goodness me, I've got a full bag. What on earth rubbish have I picked up that I don't need anymore? Get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of the other one. Get the extra protein. Get the extra PP up. And we'll leave the ice path now. And I need to buy some Max Repels. So we'll stick that in there. Where's that iron? Did we already use the iron? We must have already used the iron. What's our base speed? 71. We'll keep the quick claw. And we're still holding a berry. Goodness me. If an actual game called Blade Bladdock Legends reached out, I might be tempted. Iron deficiencies are never fun. I was diagnosed when I was 18, so goodness me. A number of years ago. I was diagnosed with pernicious anemia. So I have to get B12 jabs every couple of months just to keep me ticking over. Well, that is concerning. Night Slash is a range there. Yeah, I can't digest red meat. It's all linked to the anemia, apparently. Just going to use an ether on Night Slash. And let's give it a go. This might be our first reset of the run. Yeah, taking a reset there. We're going to put on the Purus Cure Berry, providing we can find it in our bag. Did we not pick up the Purus Cure Berry? Oh no, let's pause the timer a second. I think I accidentally tossed the Paralyzed Cure Berry. Goodness me. We're just going to have to hope for the best here. No, it's the Paralyzed Cure Berry. I'm wondering where on earth that's gone. Yes, beef and lamb are red meats. A nice crit there. Oh, split too early for Claire there. Being a bit of an eager beaver. Let's use the full restore. And let's hope we don't get locked in here. Nice crit. That was the only battle where I was planning on using the Paralyzed Cure Berry, so I'm not that annoyed. Just means we might have lost a couple of minutes that we didn't need to. So you can answer that the exact same way that you answer the radio card tower. The radio card tower, the radio card quiz. And there we have the Rising Badge. Yeah, it is weird that there's that ambushing trainer, isn't it? Now, it just so happens that I forgot the radio card from the radio card tower. So we're going to grab that now. Yes, venison's deer, both in terms of how much it costs and the product it is. To save a little bit of time, we're going to do minimal trainers, I think, on this route. I've never liked the idea of venison. Then I'm a very, very fussy eater. We'll take on Cool Trainer Megan because she's got 3 grass-type Pokemon. Honchkrow is doing very, very well. Thank you for asking, Dr. SK. Literally the only reason we get the radio card is because of that Snorlax. Because you can't get to the other side of Kanto without the radio card. Might as well take on this Psychic, because we have Night Slash. Oh goodness, the idea of a knit farm. Oh. I love peppers. I just moved Night Slash into top spot, and then I reflexively tried using Night Slash in slot 2. Oh goodness, please look out for your thumbs there, SK. I always get caught by this trainer. Called Trainer Joyce, and I'm never rejoicing at beating her. What on earth did I go there for? And of course in Let's Go those trades are full 1 in 4096 odds. Shiny Charm does not affect them, unfortunately. They've got a portal, one of those ultra wormholes, over to Alola, and they're just hoovering them up from Route 1. That's how they're getting all those Alolan and Rattata. $103 trades an hour is an impressive number. That takes a lot of dedication and focus. Now, unfortunately, we do not learn Earthquake. We're going to have to skip that. And we'll just nasty pluck once against the final rival battle. I doubt we'll be seeing Rival 6 in this run. Hidden power is water. And let's now say thank you to the HM friends. So it's thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, Melcy, to Paris, and thank you to all of you lovely people with the green names in the chat. We'll buy our 4 full restores whether we need them or not. We shall save here just in case the worst happens. And now we'll take a look at our stats going into the league. We are level 53 with 193 HP. We're holding the King's Rock with Night Slash, Peck, Nasty Plot, and Hidden Power Water. We have 175 in attack, 91 in defense, 154 in special attack, 98 in special defense, and 113 in speed. The game clock says 11 hours because I've been idling on this since I got this run set up about 4 hours ago. And unfortunately for poor Will today, his team was a bit laughable. Even our in-battle defense is going to be in the triple digits. Let's take on Koga. you get the boost when you're in battle. It's one of the quirks of Gen 2. You get a badge boost on all of your stats. Apart from special defense, because it's glitched. That is a very good point. They did promote Koga and then absolutely nerfed his team. We're going to go for Dark Pulse as opposed to Night Slash for the rest of this one. We even take a Rock Slide off this Machamp. Yes, that's because of a glitch. Special defense if you're between a certain range that I cannot think of off the top of my head, unfortunately. Your special defense does not get the boost. Which is a scam, isn't it, really? It does look like a very bulky Pokémon. I'm going to take a reset there. Not getting confused by Karen. Really just hoping for a Gen 2 miss on that first sand attack. I'm certain the glitch will have been an issue at some point. I wish I could forget that Karen exists, but she is the bane of my life in a lot of these runs. But we're through Karen this time. Let's use a full restore. And let's take on our final challenge in the Elite Four. This is Lance, the liar with the flyers. And it's looking like we're one-shotting these thunder-waving Dragonites. We've got Hidden Pout for the Scaradactyl. Hidden Pout for the Zard. And one final Dragonite left to go. We'll Dark Pulse it away. And we have defeated him in a time of 1 hour, 5 minutes and 59 seconds. Thank you for popping in, John. I hope you have a wonderful day at work. And we have a lead time of 1:06:15. Quick sip of drink, as we're going to skip through the end credits and go straight into Kanto. I'm pausing the timer at 1:06:15, but first of all sticking on a rappel, because that's what we do. Supposed to put it on before Lance. So we'll grab the SS ticket. We'll start cycling to retrieve our HM friends. And we're going to be doing the new Kanto routing again. So hopefully it won't be too tricky for me to remember. Before we get to Kanto though, we've got a couple of rare candies to pick up. First one is in Mount Mortar. And the second one is going to be in those nasty Whirl Islands. Ooh, good question. I've forgotten most of the Elite Four members, I've got to be honest with you. I do just need to move 2 moves around there. Get them in the right order. It's been so long since I played through a Pokemon generation that's not Gen 2. I've forgotten most of them. And let's now get the boat and travel onwards and upwards towards Kanto. I can't remember a single member of the Gen 5 Elite Four. Lorelei's pretty cool. I do like ice types. And of course, the first thing we do in Kanto is the last thing we do in Johto. We're gonna get another rare candy, this time from the chairman of the Pokemon Fan Club. I don't get why people believe Cynthia is so difficult, I've got to be honest. I swept her with a Wormadam. Of course, Zap Cannon hits. I don't remember too much about Gen 3. Yep, Trash Cloak Wormadam here as well. Bug Steel is just such a good typing for her. Let's take on our second gym leader in a quick second. Blue's a really tricky champion in Gen 3 at least. I don't have that much experience of Gen 1. But in Gen 3 he is very tricky. Steven's a really cool addition to the end of Emerald. I'd say Dianthe's stronger just because I cannot stand Geeta. I'm not a big fan of Pneumonia either. Let's take on our second gym leader together of the Kanto region. This is Erica. Lance is a terrible champion. He relies so much on Thunder Wave to screw you over. And we're going to say goodbye to Peck at long last. We're going to replace it with Psychic, and we have some PP ups. Said we have some PP ups if we can find them. And let's make our way now to Fuchsia City. So a lot of the reason why we're doing these backports at the moment is so I can learn this new routing through Kanto. So Janine has become our 3rd gym leader in Kanto, as opposed to being our 7th it would be. And the reason we're doing this new routing is just to save a little bit of time. Because in testing it saves about half a minute. Also, I think Diantha has some of the best champion music in all of Pokémon. Do you mind, mate? He's my least favourite spinner in all of the game. I play a fair bit of Pokemon outside the channel. Been doing a lot of shiny hunting in Generation 8, Gen 8? Gen 9 at the moment. Oh, for goodness sake. And it's time for Backwards Rock Tunnel. And we'll set our TP spots here. Yes, I have played the DLC. I enjoyed the DLC, I've got to be honest. Don't go into the Pokemon Center. Let's now take on Sabrina. Oh, thank you so much, Sora Donald Goofy, for the $2 super chat. My favourite non-Pokemon game at the moment is probably Fall Guys. Yes, I always do commentary, even when I'm not on stream. Sabrina was done in the blink of an eye, completely zoned out of that battle. Let's now move on to Cerulean City. And we're on to our favourite slog of the Kanto region. It's Nugget Bridge. Ogerpon's just that wisdomous. Oh, Wigglytuff's sprite really does see right through you, doesn't it? I hope you have a fun time streaming the Nuzlocke food tubes. Also thinking I might get into Minecraft again very soon. It's been far too long since I played it. Now we'll fly back to Cerulean, and we'll take on Misty. Hopefully this will be a very simple battle. Nice Dark Pulse flinch there. Then we can get in line for the machine part with her. So now we can teleport back. We'll heal up our PP. Then we can do the second part of the power plant. And after this, it's going to be a quick fly to Lavender Town. So we'll get the Expand card to expand our radio. Fly to Vermilion. And we can go through Digler's Tunnel. Dark Pulse away this Sandslash. And let's take on Brock. At the moment, I've not had a chance to play any new games. Been far too busy working on Backports. And there we have the Boulder Badge in 119.40. Probably looking at about a 129 for Red, just on Gut Instinct. But we should get a very good time with this Honchkrow. Totally did the wrong movement there. But we made it work. We use the Duskstone Cygnus. Not the Duckstone, that's just the Psyduck going into Golduck. Let's beat up Blaine. He's our penultimate gym leader, and he leads with Magcargo. Yes, to make Mega Golduck. Talking of duck, there's a bumhead Fireduck on screen right about now. Oh, we just bought it from Goldenrod Pokemon. I thought that was going to be the most sensible place to stick it, seeing as that's where you get most of the evolutionary stones in Gen 2. Not in the near future for Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, because I cannot stand those Pokemon, but yes, we'll be running them eventually. Right, final gym leader. Taking full advantage of Pidgeot not having a special move. On my least favourite Pokemon, probably Durant. I really cannot stand it. Thank you for popping in, Seth. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Let's open up Mount Silver. Least favourite Gen 2 Pokemon? Ooh, good question. I don't really have a least favourite from memory anyway. I will have a look because we're going to take a quick break after Red. I'll get back to you. I'll have a look through the decks. I'm very sick of Zard too. I've got a soft spot for Delibird. We ran Delibird as Christmas in July. Goodness me, my input's there. Not on form with the inputs today. Let's hard save in front of Red. And let's give it a go with our current level with our current moves. Taking full advantage there of getting a nasty plot in. This is good so far. While that Snorlax is asleep, I'm going to nasty plot twice more. Take the damage from Snore. Oof. Oh no, we're going to need to use some rare candies here. That's a Max Repel, not a rare candy. So let's use our first three. And once the reset counter. And we're going to do three more because we're still not outspeeding Pikachu. Now we outspeed the Pikachu. I'm going to try risking dodging Thunder here. So we now one-shot the Blastoise, which is good. Snorlax is in two-shot range, even with Amnesia. Zard is next. We've got Hidden Power Water. We tank a Flamethrower. Espeon's going to use Reflect, so that's useless because we're a special attacker. Final Pokemon's Venusaur. We've got Psychic. It should one-shot. And that's his time, 125.51. Thank you for the 2 months, Tom Fanto, and well done to Honchkrow. Goodness me, what a good red fight that was. We just needed to outspeed the Pikachu and set up a couple of nasty plots. And on our Backport leaderboard, that puts Honchkrow in 4th place. A very respectable time for Honchkrow. Only a minute slower than Slacking, which I think is nothing to be sniffed at whatsoever. And then if we look at the main leaderboard with all the Pokemon, we have just about made it into the top 10 with Honchkrow, 125.51. I'm going to take a very quick break now while I get Dedenne all set up. So please do bear with, it'll be about 5 minutes, and then we'll get our second run of the stream underway. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. We now have a Dedenne run almost all set up. I just need to reset the timer. And thank you for popping in, Food Tubes. I hope you have a lovely time with the rest of your day. Can we get this one underway in a second? Before we do, let's take a look at our stats. So we are level 5 with 23 HP. We're holding a berry with growl and tackle as our starting moves. We've got 12 in attack, 12 in defense, 14 in special attack, 12 in special defense, and 15 in speed. So let's see how well Dedenne runs around the leaderboard. I will check for resets with Celery and Honchkrow. I just haven't put that on the leaderboard yet because we've not really had many ties yet. So I'm very curious to see how Dedenne compares, especially to Togedemaru. Because Togedemaru did a little worse than I thought it would. And yes, we have the fairy typing in this. So Dedenne is a fairy type. That is all backported. And that does mean that Whitney's gym in particular will have some fairy types in it. I always call Celebi Celery. Yes, Lance is going to be up the creek without a paddle in this run. Yeah, Celebi's always Celery. In case you can't notice, this Backport sprite work is all me. I'll be running Ho-Ho at Christmas just so I can call it Ho-Ho-Ho. It really does look like a Raichu pre-evolution, doesn't it? I like that Silver Steel. If you don't mind, when we next run Celebi... Oh, goodness me, this is going to be tough. Next time we run Celebi in a video, I might want to use that name. Oh, that was a very tight battle for poor old Dedenne. We're going to have a bit of a mare with it until we get Thundershock at level 10, I think. I love Dedenne. We've got a few new moves in this as well. We've got Parabolic Charge that I've had to shorten to Paracharge because Parabolic Charge didn't fit and broke the game. We have Nuzzle, which I think will come in very handy if we need to paralyze something. We've got Charge Beam, we've got Play Rough, and we've got Discharge. So a lot of new moves in this run. I always try and Gen 2-ify the learn set. We're at medium fast, which is quite an irritating level up group, and Fairy is special. So I've modded the ROM gemmer. There was a tutorial I followed over on github.com that shows you how to backport the Fairy type completely into Generation 2. So I followed that tutorial, and it actually worked remarkably well. And yes, Fairy is special type. So we'll notice when we look through the stats at the league as well that Dedenne does have the Fairy type, as do Gramble and Clefairy, I suppose the 2 Pokemon that we are going to be seeing in Whitney's gym that will have the type change. Thank you for the link, Kim. That is exactly how we did it. Now, we are weak to poison, unfortunately. It's very rare we get a Pokemon weak to poison. But this is one instance where we are weak. It was nice that poison got a buff, actually, with the fairy-type moves. Oof, that's not great. I'm hoping Jazz will be fine. Koga could potentially be a threat, for goodness sake, Dedenne. I wasn't planning on your tackles missing like that. Welcome in, Animaster. How are you today? We do have Dynamic Punch for Jazz if we absolutely need it. I'm just going to get another level in the grass here. Because we are very close to level 10 and we'll have a 100% accurate, super effective move. Welcome in, chat. Northern. Never apologise for being late. Yes, Parabolic Charge is in Generation 2 now. Right, so we've got Thundershock, so hopefully that'll be the last of our issues for a little while. Gonna give a berry just in case, because we do have to worry about Mudslap. But he didn't go for Mudslap, he went for Tackle. Perfect. 637 for Falconer's Badge. Fairy is special in this instance. Had a look at the split of physical and special Fairy moves. It just felt like Fairy is better off being special. Yep, RIP Lance indeed. And welcome home, Luke. I hope you had a lovely lunch. You've absolutely 100% got this. You can do your air fryer in the bangers. No, you can't do your air fryer in the bangers. You can do your bangers in the air fryer. Oh, it's so nice to Oko Zubat. That is true. The Evolutions plus Dragon are your special types. Always going to take advantage of knocking out a Hoppip. They give such good early game experience. Going to take on this Fisher here with a suspicious name. And knock out his pair of Poliwag. We'll do the Goldeen as well. We'll do these instead of the other trainers that we can do on the Shroots, because I think water types are going to be something we have to take advantage of. Grab that Great Ball. We do actually need to grab t'other Great Ball as well. And we encounter another Hoppip to take care of. Get the Great Ball, and we've accidentally bumped into this person. Oh, for goodness sake. Didn't want to battle this person. But it's absolutely fine. We get through him in the end. No reason not to take on Birdkeeper Peter this time. I do like having an electric type in Johto. I think electric is probably the second best type after normal for a Johto run. Yes, I did make the sprite. Hope you have a lovely time walking the puppy, Animaster. In the last run we had some assistance from the lovely Sprouts, but in this run, unfortunately the sprite work is myself. Can we learn Swift? Yes, we can. We're absolutely going to get Swift in place of Tackle. Tackle is a truly awful move. That is very kind of you to say, Chad. Thank you. Let's take on now Fire Breather Ray. And we cannot knock out a Geodude for love nor money. What on earth am I doing? I'm trying to teach Swift, aren't I? That's what I'm trying to do. Let's go back in time and replace Tackle instead of Charm. Might decide to use Charm. I've not decided yet. Let's heal up in the Pokémon Center. Let's chat with Kurt. And now let's pause the timer to catch the HM friends. Welcome back, Dan. I hope the meeting went very well for you. And of course, Psyduck comes out first time this time. First ball as well. Psyduck definitely wanting to play ball after the nonsense before. And we're just looking for a Paris. The reason we paused the timer is to eliminate the element of RNG. To be grossly unfair on Dedenne if it took us a long time to find Paris. In this instance, though, we've got it very quickly. And another first ball. We'll unpause the timer and go into Slowpoke Well, where we have a bunch of poison types that might actually be difficult. So I think she's got an Ekans, hasn't she? Zubat Ekans? Yep. Ooh, Poison Sting crit hurts, doesn't it? Yes, I wish they were all as cooperative as the lovely Kenya. Let's use a potion, get back up to max health for this pesky coughing. And it turns out Smog missed, so we didn't need to worry. I love it when that happens. Yes, Kenya is the kindest. First poison of the run. That's why we pick up a couple of extra poison cure berries. I genuinely have no idea how well or badly Dedenne will run. Another poison. We're getting some terrible, terrible poison luck here. Poison, I think, will be our Achilles heel throughout the course of this run. But we are ready to take on Bugsy. He's our second gym leader together, a bug-type specialist who's going to lead with Metapod. Didn't get poisoned off that poison sting, which is very good. 2 shots to knock out the Scyther. Perfect Bugsy battle. Time of 14 minutes for Bugsy. Let's see if we can race on through the next part of the run. So we got Rival 2 next, the undoing of a lot of Pokemon. I really hope that Dedenne does not get undone here. And Parabolic Charge is already helping us out a bunch. We're going to drink all of that Zubat's health. And we're through Rival 2 on our first attempt. Let's now go through the Ilex Forest. And how do we feel about doing a physical special split run of Sneasel in the near future? So I think Sneasel gets very screwed over by the physical special split in Gen 2. And so giving it the chance to have a bit of a redemption might be very fun. Yes, Parabolic Charge is Electric Mega Drain. Yes, Sneasel absolutely does need the physical special split. I also think it might be interesting with a Pokemon like Kingler as well. So this Snubble is actually Fairy type. So any Pokemon that turns Fairy type in this run is going to be Fairy type. And also, Whitney's Clefairy has a chance to metronome any of these new moves against us. I can't remember who it was, but there was somebody who commented requesting a Sneasel run quite often. And the comment Sneasel Pleasel is what got me to do it in the end. Now we're going to pause the time to try and catch an Abra. And then we'll move on into Goldenrod City. I do believe that Crabhammer is physical in later gens. So, now that we've got the Abra, we can unpause the timer. Go into the Pokemon Center. And we'll go and grab the bike. So, Whitney is a dual fairy normal type leader in this particular run. So I thought it was only fair if we're adding the fairy type that we give it to Whitney's Pokemon as well. Picnic Kim is down. Let's take on Camper Ivan with his pair of Diglett and a Zubat. Dedenne can get Thunder Punch, but none of the other elemental punches. Absolutely no need for the Quick Claw in this run. We'll go straight for the DTM. Teach that and Sweet Scent at the same time to Paris. And then let's go... Yeah, actually, let's take on Psychic Mark. We should more than outspeed his Abra and Kadabra. And then I reckon we go straight into Whitney's gym. I actually took the TM and HM learn set for these from Plus and Minor, of all things. I was thinking my party looks a bit thin on the ground then. Mustn't forget my favourite, Kenya. So the TM Learn set is from Plus and Minor in Gen 4. A couple of parabolic charges takes care of the Snubble. And we can turn our attention to Whitney. We outspeed the Miltank, which is fantastic. And even with rollout hitting every single time, we have defeated Whitney. You know what, let's get rid of Charm, actually. Honestly, it was the simplicity of the colours that bumped up Dedenne up the list. Plus, I absolutely adore this Pokemon. I love all the Pikachu clones, and we've already run Togedemaru. We've got Pachirisu waiting in the wings. In just probably about a week's time for Pachirisu. Yes, it's very much Game Freak being Game Freak, with the order of the electric type moves. And let's take on the Kimono Girls. We'll swap to Swift whenever we get sand attacked. And these Pokemon are barely attacking us. It is very strange that Game Freak doesn't like giving Thunderbolt as a level up move. I want to quickly grab the Magnet, actually, from Sunny of Sunday. I'll give that to Danny in place of the berry. Do a cheeky little teleport to avoid the grass. And let's take on Pokemaniac Miller. Double kick is not very effective, which we love to see. And these really are good experience and stat experience. Yes, Parabolic Charge is the healing electric move. You can find it on Dedenne and Heliolisk and Helioptile in Generation 6. Now we should get a lot of our health back in the next battle. So we're going to take on Mr. Gyarados Man. Fisher Marvin, who we never really take on. He's got a pair of Magikarp and a pair of Gyarados. But the Gyarados are actually decent experience. Yes, free health. That's what we'd like to see. Won't bother with the ether this time. Or the elixir, I should say. Let's teleport back. Yes, I always set the hidden power type for these runs. So in this instance, we have hidden power ice. I've got to heal when we teleported back then. It's a bit of a false start there. Get a call from the bike shop. Nice flinch on the Fluffy. And we might as well take on Beauty Olivia because she's got a Corsola. Mintberry for Morty, Nuggets for money, and Psychic Norman for the experience. Let's reunite the married couple. So that's Ruth, and here is her husband Derek. Not going to learn Thunder Wave because we've got Nuzzle. Nice set of water types on this Pokemon, on this trainer. And while we're here, we'll do Lighthouse. Before we do that, we're going to pick up 11 Super Repels and a couple of Super Potions as well. They dropped Thunder Wave's accuracy as well in later gens. Alright, so let's see how we do against the Noctowl. Into the red, which is better than I thought, honestly. I really hope we don't get growled by these Growlithe. Or not growled, roared, I should say. One shot on the first one. One shot on the second one. Perfect. Another Parts Fairy type in front of us now with that Marill, but we still knock it out in one shot. Have a little chat with Jazz. She's telling us to get Secret Potion, but she's gonna have to wait. Because we are heading back to Ecruteak. Going to teach Mudslap this battle, just because of that pesky Magnemite. Yes, we're already working as a courier for Jazz. No curse, which is interesting. Brute Force. against that Bayleaf. And we're through Rival 3 in a bit of a janky way, but we're through on our first try. Let's do a cheeky little heal. And then go on and take on Morty. Your pups sniffed out a chipmunk? Honestly, I forgot that chipmunks were available in the wild, to use Pokemon terminology. We're going to get rid of Nuzzle and learn Charge Beam in its place. And we are through Martha. Yes, it is a very good thing that none of these ghost-type Pokemon learns a poison move. Ah, Ollie's the older one. Oh, I didn't realise she had 2 dogs. And we are getting screwed over here. Let's take a reset. The accuracy of Charge Beam has already bitten us in the bum. If we don't get through it this time, we will be using a Mince Berry. Yeah, let's Mint Berry it up, and then I'll get that move sorted. We'll take a Nightshade. For goodness sake, game. I'm not happy with Charge Beam. It's 90% accurate, but it's hitting less than 50-50. And now we're cursed. $32.06 for the Fog Badge. And there we have the move, all fixed. Let's unpause the timer, and let's cross the open seas into Cyanwood. So we'll teach Surf and Strength to Psyduck. Didn't get Swimmer K-Lead. And we'll go into the Pokemon Center to heal up some much needed power points. grab the secret potion for Jasmine's nefarious ways, and we'll go into our fighting type gym. And we get burnt from the Hitmonchan. Fantastic. Yes, we are 7 levels too low to take advantage of the fairy typing, unfortunately. But we will get Play Rough at level 40. Yes, we do resist fighting. It's barely tickling us. And here comes the Poliwrath. We one-shot critical hit it to make it go away. That makes up for the nonsense at Morty. 34.49 for the Fog Badge. Not the Fog Badge, the Storm Badge. Let's take on the Gyarados at the Lake of Rage. One shot, all gone. Unfortunately, we can't say no to Lance there. So we shall have to assist him, whether we want to or not. I know I'm very generous to Lance today. He doesn't know we're fighting him with a fairy type yet, so let's keep up the facade that we're being generous to Lance. Just until we get to the league, and then we'll surprise him with our tiny, I think it's only 30 centimeters high, Dedenne, intimidating his giant dragons. The Honchkrow run did very well. 4th place on the Backport leaderboard, 10th place overall. Wrong move. How come when the AI gets sent to sleep by me, it's always a short sleep? But when I end up getting sent to sleep, it's always the maximum number of turns. Yes, they are dodge cheats. Evidently. That's why Iron Tail hits every single time. Good morning, Dante. How are you? Claire's sworn to secrecy. She's too afraid of Lance. Lance would probably accuse her of chatting nonsense. I'm glad you're doing well, Dante. Nice critical hit on the Gloom there. I like to think the AI is making an educated guess when it comes to health and damage rolls. No thanks to Thunder. Are you saying damage rolls has made me crave some sausage rolls? There's our first self-destruct of the run. And we get Whirlpool off Lance. Technically, that's a sausage roll for an unspecified definition of sausage roll. I'm glad your bangers turned out all right, Gemma. Not exactly the smoothest prize fight we've ever had, but we got through in our first try. Glacier badge in 40 minutes, 47 seconds. I reckon that's really cute seeing Ricky dig away in the raised beds. Especially when you don't have anything planted in them at the moment. We shall say ciao for now to say ciao and move on up the Sprout Tower. I hope they come out for you perfectly, Kanbei. Yes, we are live, Woozy Moments. How are you today? We are on our second run of the day. This is Dedenne. Electric Fairy type from Generation 6. We backported both a Fairy move, a bunch of electric moves, and of course we've also backported the Fairy type. I hope you're having a lovely start to your day, Woozy Moment. Why am I teaching Flash to Abra of all things? That's a Paris move. There we go. We can dig our way out of there. Let's go to Azalea. Excuse me, inside hiccup then. Azalea Town. So we'll get to the King's Rock. We're also going to grab the Rain Dance TM just in case we do need to pivot to some Thunder strategies later. Next stop is Goldenrod City, where we're going to dip in the Pokemon Center. Grab this nugget, grab the rare candy. And these are all water-type trainers, so we have absolutely no reason not to battle them. Especially seeing as this last pair have no special defense whatsoever. Let's fly back to Goldenrod now. Do a cheeky little heal. And we're going to go into the department store. Get the return TM that we didn't actually use in our last run. And we're going to say goodbye to Charge Beam. It just wasn't reliable enough for us. Now let's stick on the soft sand for the next battle. Use a couple of proteins. Use all 5 calcium, get our special attack right the way up. Use the iron. It's fairly easy to backport actually, the fairy type. A lot simpler than I expected it to be. It's a very good tutorial over on github.com. If you search for the Pokemon Crystal decompilation, you'll be able to find it. So let's now reascend the lighthouse. We'll have a little chat with Jazz, and then we'll take on our 7th gym together. So, this is Jasmine, our 7th gym leader. She is a field-type specialist who leads with Magnemite. And we get paralyzed, so we are going to take a reset. Ouch, a critical hit Iron Tail. Absolute nonsense from Jasmine. Iron Tail hit and a defense drop, even with 2 accuracy drops. We could be here a little while. In fact, Just going to take on a couple of trainers around the Lake of Rage. Yeah, we'll beat up this Raticate while we're at it. Better idea, actually. A bunch of swimmers around here. That's the trouble with the steel type. Resists so much. So we'll just take on some of these swimmers, seeing as we don't have any need for our electric type moves in this gym. And let's test out Play Rough, shall we? I think actually, just to save a bit of time later, I'm going to take on this 6 Pokemon trainer. Well, let's now fly back to Olivine City. We'll take a heal in the Pokemon Center, and we'll try again. I don't really have a least favorite type. I think all of them have some use in the game. Still a huge range on Mudslap. And of course, Jasmine still is hitting us with that nonsense. We could be here a while. We're going to have to do more grinding. Jasmine's being that awful for us. Thank you for popping in, Silver Steel. I hope you have a lovely, lovely sleep. Grabbing every last bit of experience that I can. So we're even going to do the Unseen battle. I reckon Jasmine will be our hardest fight. Or at least I'm hoping so. So we'll get up to a level 42 and try again. It's amazing how many swimmers there are that we never see in this area. This Gyarados should do it. And we'll have another Gyarados for good measure. Level 42. Let's see if this is a magic level for good old Jazz. I just want to reliably be able to get through her 2 Magnemite. So we can give her Steelix a proper go. And yet we're still ranging on the Magnemite. There we go. Jasmine done at last. And we are going to take a very quick break when we're in Goldenrod Pokemon Center. So I should be back in just a couple of moments' time. I need to have a long stretch after that. I tell you what, isn't it amazing what a good stretch can do? I was feeling a little bit rough after that last section. Jasmine really got the better of us, didn't she? But we are back. I am just going to very quickly check something about Dedenne. So I have a feeling there might be something a little bit awry. Nope, our stats are perfect. Just needed to double check that. And there is one last thing I need to check. Because my info is not coming through on screen as it should. And I know why, but I can't be bothered to fix it right now. So we shall get on with the rest of the run. We're unpausing the timer at 55:28. And joy unleashed, we've got the radio tower. Let's get through this as quickly as we can and try and start saving and salvaging a bit of time. It's very well might be because fairy type didn't exist when that bit was written. Should be an easy fix. It's actually the held item boosts that's not coming through. And we've been poisoned again. So we'll use a full heal this time. Yes, I did say joy, rather than crushing boredom. I'll try and get through this section as quickly as I possibly can. I know it's not the most invigorating section of the run, is it? And you can see just how weak a single stage Evo can be now. This is a lot more treacherous than normal because of our fairy typing. So many grunts. It's actually this triple Magnemite trainer who's causing the most fear in me at the moment. But we seem to be good. The rats can't do us. I reckon Thunder Punch is going to be our best option going forward. At least until we get Thunderbolt after the League. Nice critical hit there on the Porygon 2. And for this battle, we're going to absolutely equip our extra PlayStation Network Cure Berry. We're going to heal up. And we're going to use an Ether. Right, let's see how bad this top scientist is. This could be rough. One shot on the coughing is great. Let's see if it's a range. 2 coughing down, still 1 shot. 3 coughing, still 1 shot. Here comes the wheezing. And we one-shot that. Absolutely fantastic. Nothing at all to worry about with this battle. We were getting all in a tits for nothing. Right. We're about a third of the way through the radio tower. We've absolutely got this, and we get caught by the spinner, for goodness sakes. I never intentionally go for any of those fresh rolls, because my logic is you're always going to do a higher amount of damage the higher up your levels are anyway. So there's no sense in going out of your way, especially when you get to the 40s. Right, now we must remember to get the radio card. Not the radio card, although we do need that. But we, of course, need to get ourselves the coin case. Yes, I think it's really cute that Dedenne can learn Thunder Punch, not Thunder Punch. Well, yes, Thunder Punch and Dynamic Punch. This charge will be very nice when we have it. Use another Ether on our Thunder Punching ways. Let's take on Rival 4. Let's see how badly this goes. He's going to lead, of course, with Sneasel. No, he's not. He's going to lead with Golbat. I lie like a rug. Sneasel's Rival 5. Thank goodness Thunderwave missed there. This charge is just like a little version of Thunderbolt in this game. I reckon we're on track for about 135. That's my prediction at this point in the run. That could all change depending on the nonsense we face later on. And of course, this is going to be the first time we're facing Kingdra with its double chance, or with its 2 weaknesses instead of just 1. Yes, it does have the 30% paralysis chance. But I'm kind of hoping we'll be one-shotting things. Welcome in, WIP. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having an excellent day now that we're through Jasmine. She causes us all kinds of grief. And we have Discharge. We're absolutely going to say goodbye to Thunder Punch. Because Discharge is even more powerful for the same number of power points. How come Discharge is missing? Have I messed up Discharge somehow? I'm just going to pause the timer and have a little check of the Evo's attacks file for Dedenne. That'll be the issue. It's coming through at the wrong power. So it's an 80 power, 100% accurate move with 15 PP, and I do just want to double check Fairy. Right, unfortunately, this is going to take a hot second to fix. So I'm going to remake this. It turns out that Discharge had a slight error in its coding. It was coming through at 80% accurate with 100 power as opposed to 100% accurate with 80 power. So we're just waiting for this save to remake. Then we'll get back on with it. There was also a slight issue with the typing. And that should now all be fixed. Thank goodness for that. We just need the game to come on screen. Thank you. There we go. I think I heard a rumble of thunder in the air. So yes, Discharge is still coming through as Fairy, and I don't know why. Because I've just changed it to Electric. Oh, the technical issues we have with backports. You did not get ignored at all, WIP, but you are getting removed from the channel now. Passive aggression has no place for us here on this channel. So let's try that again, shall we? There we go. All sorted. So I just need to get my chat back up on screen so I can see what's going on. And then let's carry on. Time is running, apologies for that. Teething problems with the backports, they are still very new to us here on the channel. And every so often, something like that may slip through the net. Just means we know what we need to be checking for in future. I see you there, Kanbei. Feel free to say positive things about Durant. You never know, you might change my mind. I'm always open to having my opinions changed on Pokémon. Because the way I see it, every Pokémon is going to be someone's favourite. Budget sizzle. See, I'd rather go for a flamethrower its way. Make sure that it does absolutely get one shot and doesn't avoid the attack through some nonsense. Doesn't it also get truant as a hidden ability, which is absolutely ridiculous? Fire Blast animation is so good, isn't it? Right, one more rocket to go, and then we're out of here. We can start thinking about Claire and the League. Yes, yada yada yada, radio tower saved. Pink bow acquired. Entrainment gives your ability to the opponent, doesn't it? Oh goodness, defeatist. Yep, forgot about that one. And we got the radio card, I do believe. Yes, we did. Slow start's also terrible. Is there some in-game lore as to why slow start is a thing? Not slow start. Defeatist is a thing on Archon and Archeops. I do know that left over in the Gen 2 code, there was an item that would stop you getting status effects. And I really wish that was a thing in Gen 2. I will absolutely be backporting Archon and Archeops at some point. It's a colour issue for them, though, because they're too colourful. Also, Fake Out is half-coded in this game. So that would have been interesting in Gen 2. Exactly, defeatist doesn't matter if you don't get hit. You know what, we're going to go for Hidden Power Ice. Make it a little bit more reliable. Yes, Break Break would have been fantastic in Gen 2. Not only is Fairy good against Dragon Dan, we are immune to Dragon-type moves. Brick Break is not in Gen 2. Yes, Fairy was added as a big counter to Dragon-type. I think Focus Punch will be busted in Gen 2. It's easy to mix up the generations where moves were introduced. It's very easy. I do it all the time with my backports, where I swear that a move is in Gen 2, and it's just not. My big one is Astonish. I always think that Astonish is a Gen 2 move. And after the nonsense at Jasmine, it's nice to have a very clean player battle. I reckon Jasmine is probably going to be one of the hardest parts of this run. You never know, she might even be harder than Red. Because we have the electric type, which means we are super effective against a pair of Red's Pokemon. Let's do a very quick back sort, shall we? So I pause the time for the back sort because I am heavily dyslexic. It takes me a while to read what each item is. Where are those elixirs? Oh, we haven't picked up the max elixir yet. That was what I was missing. Alright, unpausing the timer. And let's now do the quiz here. Exactly the same sequence as the radio card. Top, top, middle, and you get yourself a lovely little gym badge. Yes, Dragon Dance is Gen 3. I've backported that for Altaria, which is another Pokemon we will be running at some point in the near future. Yes, we want to teleport. It might have Dragon Dance in Gen 4, but Dragon Dance is absolutely not in Gen 2. I wish it was. It would have made my life so much easier doing the coding for Altaria. Yes, the key to being the best trainer is top, top, middle, top, middle. It's just good advice for life. Top, top, middle, top, middle. Alright, Megan, I want to see your 3 Bulbasaur line. Yes, it does sound like we're playing Strike It Lucky. A hotspot is absolutely not a good spot. Nice level 52 here. We're going to discharge over this Starmie as well. And then I think the only other trainer we'll take on is Fisher Scott in this route. But he has 3 water-type Pokemon. We can laugh in the face of the poison type on Quillfish. Right, we're almost league bound. Be very intrigued to see how the league goes, actually. Because Will has a glaring weakness to electric moves. Then we might have some issues with Koga. We'll resist Bruno. And then we have the type advantage technically over Karen. I always forget that fire resists fairy. And then I think we will wipe the floor with Lance. Call it famous last words, but I'm predicting that. So now I need to find my healing items. Where have they gone? Tucked all the way down there. Grab that HP up. I think I'm done with Mud Slap. I'd rather roll the dice with Dynamic Punch. Right, so let's take on rival number 4. Rival number 4, rival number 5. Nice one shot there on the Magneton. And we are through a rival 5. So let's now do a cheeky little heal because we absolutely do need it. I will say thank you to the HM friends. So it's going to be thank you to Kenya, to Abra, to Psyduck, to Paris, and of course thank you to all you lovely people with the great names in chat. We'll get our full restores. We'll either need them or we won't. And now let's take on our league. But first, we need to save and look at the stats, don't we? So we are level 54 with 169 HP. We're an electric fairy type holding the Paralyzed Cure Berry with Discharge, Hidden Power, Dynamic Punch, and Play Rough. 105 in attack, 101 in defense, 132 in the specials, 117 in special defense, and 149 in speed. Let's see if that's enough to see us through the league. First league members Will, who leads with a Xatu, which is perfect for us. Out comes Jinx, and we are going to... What should we do? We'll Discharge. Nice critical hit. Hidden Power Ice for Executor. Discharge on Xatu. We'll finish off with a Discharge on Slowbro. Will down. Inward 15-18. Right, let's see how bad Koga is. One shot on Ariados is nice. Not a one shot on Venomoth and we get Toxic, so that's not so nice. And he's going to Toxic Stall. Do we have a PSN Cure Berry left? No, we don't. We got the Gen 2 miss on Toxic now. And it hurt itself in confusion. Perfect. Nice crit on the mark. One shot on the Crobat. Will was not as bad as he could have been. Hidden power for the Onyx. Play rough didn't miss on the Machamp. I was very worried about that, actually. And we are through Bruno on our first try in Wood 1705. Time to take on Karen. Ah, Rookie's nibbling on you. He must want more breakfast. And that's why we were holding the Paralyzed Kyogre. Nice paralysis on the Gengar. Very nice crit on the Houndoom. And we're through the Murkrow. First try Karen. Right, let's take on Lance, the liar with the Flyers. Yes, Denny is king of almost getting a one-shot. What a weird order Lance is sending his Pokemon out in. Well, Lance stood no chance here, did he? 118.36. Let's get our league time. League time of 118.52. I'm going to take a very quick break. Sets things up so that we can get Thunderbolt. And I'll be back in just a couple of moments. And we are back for the final part of today's stream. We're going to unpause the timer and we're going to do Kanto and Red. So we're going to start off by getting the SS tickets from Professor Elm. And we'll retrieve our HM friends from Cherry Grove. So it's a warm welcome back to Kenya, Abrasidok and Bienvenue at Paris. Let's now go to Goldenrod. Just about had enough money for that. And we want to teach Thunderbolt to Denny. Now we'll fly on over to Ekritik City, where we have the first of 2 rare candies to pick up. We get this one now because we don't have waterfall when we first pass Mount Malta. And then the Whirl Islands is practically on the doorstep of Olivine City. So we might as well grab that one right now. We actually shaved like 2 seconds off because of all of that extra training earlier. And now we can dig ourselves out. Teleport back to Olivine. We'll get on the boat. Right, let's take on Sailor Stanley. And the question is, do we think we're going to beat Togedemaru's time? I think that was 139. So it's going to be tight, but it's absolutely doable. And of course, the first thing we do in Kanto is the last thing we do in Johto. Gonna get another rare candy, this time to the chairman of the Pokémon fan club. You wear a metal coat by buttoning it up. I could have said zip it up, couldn't I? Oh, goodness. Going to be relying on play rough to be accurate here. And of course he got the first 50-50. It's not like we're in any danger of fainting in this gym. It's just a little bit more of a time sink than I would have hoped, but we are through. And we will do a heal here, actually. Yes, more of the new Kanto route. So our second gym leader is going to be Erica, but we have a lot of trainers to get through first. But fortunately for us, we have 18 hidden power ices. I shall teach you the new routing, don't worry, Luke. Well, it could be a metal coat of paint, actually. Just Dulux Ferris Edition. The runs are going very well, thank you, Silver Charts. How are you today? I reckon once I'm confident with the new Kanto routing, it's going to be about 30 seconds to a minute that we save. I'm glad you're doing great. Erica in, 124.46. Live split was not in focus for the last gym, which is why the split didn't happen, but we're going to make our way over to Janine. And look at how fast we zip down Cycling Road. We've got one mandatory trainer here. He's weak to Thunderbolt. I'm putting Janine third, generally because there are very few Pokemon weak to poison. This is actually one of the very few we'll run. Does make a lot of sense. Thanks for popping in, Gemma. I hope you have a lovely evening. I hope you enjoy your bangers as well if you've not had them already. Nice Janine split. Now we're getting to the part of the new routing, which I'm not 100% confident with. Absolutely not. We do not want to encounter that trainer. However, we'll encounter the Machamp, man. He's a very nice trainer to take on. Now we repel and we flash. We get on the bike. We do backwards rock tunnel. Then we heal up in here for PP purposes. Now we can do that on a single repel, which is great. And now we've got to go back to Saffron. Yes, teleport points as well, so we'll always dip into that Pokemon Center. Alright, so let's take on Sabrina. One shot on the Espeon. One shot on the Mr. Mime. One shot on the Alakazam. We'll leave there and make our way over to Cerulean City, which is going to be our next destination. Hop into the gym. Activate the Rocket Grunt. And then we'll do Nugget Bridge. We haven't suffered enough in this run. Fortunately, we have Hidden Power Ice, and nearly everything on this bridge is weak to ice. Although with Lass Ellen here, we have two fairy types. So she is one of very few trainers who has her entire team changing type. Yes, Lass Ellen. Yes, Nugget Bridge is falling down. And one of the things I've tried to do with this routing is I've tried to take into account the gym leaders where we have the most trouble. And sort of shift them down in the rankings a little bit. So, for instance, a lot of times we have some issues at Misty. So I've stuck her in 4th slot. I think. No, 5th slot. So she's had the biggest move. Yes. She is now 2 after Janine. Welcome in, Snowy. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I wanted to take on this extra optional just because we could one-shot everything. Don't go into the Pokemon Center, instead straight into the gym. We're going to surf above Misty and take her on. Nice one shot on the Quagsire there. Brought back to Thunderbolt for the last 2 Pokemon. That's Misty down in 130.27. That trader there gets us in line with the machine part, and we are instantly going to return it back to the manager of the power plant. So we can do all of this and Diglett's Cave on 1 Max Repel. So grab TM07 Zap Cannon, RIP Dave. And for some reason, Zap Cannon didn't end up on the Learn set. Not that we'd be using it anyway. But for version 2 of Dedenne, I'm absolutely putting Zap Cannon on the Learn set. Let's Pokeflute and have a look at Mr. Snorlax. We're going to run away from it. Yes, Flareon does get Zap Cannon. In my unreleased Flareon run, we used that at Red. Take on 3 Drill. Now we've got just 3 gym leaders left to go. We put all the bees at the last bit. So it's Brock, Blaine, and Blue. So he's going to send out his 3 Rock Ground first. And then he'll swap to his Rock Water. $132.30, $132.33 even. Because of all that waffling that Brock does. 2 more badges left to go. Oh dear, messed my movement up slightly there. Getting a little bit fatigued now. I like that comeback. Right, let's see how Blaine is. Starts off with a Macargo, which we should one-shot with Thunderbolt. Bumhead Fireduck comes out, another one-shot with Thunderbolt. And the final Pokemon is a Rapidash. One more one-shot with a lucky critical hit there. Volcano Badge in 133.46. Let's now TP back to Viridian City, where our final gym leader awaits us. So this is blue. Let's see how we go. And thank goodness Rhydon has no special defense behind it. Reflect doesn't matter, we are purely going to be going special attacks. He didn't heal his Arcanine. What a silly play. Earth Badge in 134.45 rather. Let's fly to Pallet Town. Have a little chat with Oak. Unlock Mount Silver. Then we are nearly done with this run. If I head into the Pokemon Center so we can grab that rare candy and teleport back. For one final time, Paris is going to flash. Let's use the last repel of the run and stick those rare candies up to the top. Gonna save here just in case we need to. And let's take on Red. Well, I used the wrong move there. Nice that we outspeed the Espeon. Though we do range it. And we get crit by Snorlax. Let's use our first 3 rare candies, get up to level 69. Now we don't want to get charmed. Oof, that's a lot of damage from Psychic. And a nice dynamic punch critical hit there. Oh, we are not very strong. We don't one-shot the Blastoise, right. Another 3 rare candies. I think Togedemaru might just have beaten out the Dedenne here. I'm going to use the last 4 rare candies because we are not beating Togedemaru's time now. Just got to get lucky with the dynamic punch, I reckon. Why am I thunderbolting there? Not what we're supposed to do. What absolute nonsense. One turn confusion. Just gonna get through the Snorlax and hope for the best. Absolute rubbish. Red's extra effects really throwing us off here. Every time we're getting hit by Body Slam, we're getting paralyzed. Didn't get paralyzed that time. Take a lot of damage from Solar Beam. Nice one shot. And we didn't range. So that is 141.48. Let's get the leaderboard generating, shall we? And while the leaderboard is generating, I'm going to do one last thing we need to do in this run. I'm going to give the mail to Kenya. I'm going to say thank you to Kenya for all your help during this run. But you've got to go home. So thank you for all the help over the last 3 and a bit hours. It's time you went home. So let's get back into Violet City Pokemon Center. We'll save in front of Nurse Joy. And let's now take a look where Dedenne lands. So it's no surprise at all that on the Backport leaderboard, unfortunately, Dedenne is in 8th place. So bottom of the leaderboard for now, but only a couple of minutes between them. And still a very, very respectable time of 141.48. And on the full leaderboard, Dedenne is in 72nd place. So let's show Dedenne there. Nestled in between Alakazam and Jinx. But with that, we are done. So I'm going to say thank you all so much for popping in today. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always. Thank you to, of course, the lovely Jammer Barnes for the gifted membership. And unfortunately, my list has stopped responding. So I get a nice little list of everybody who's been lovely. So thank you to Alex Crossley for the £2 super chat, to Conway for 6 months at Pokeball tier, for Gemma Barnes for the gifted membership, to Sora Donald Goofy for the $2 super chat, and to Tom Fanto for 2 months at Pokeball tier. I shall be back very, very soon with a Bomber Snow Backport pre-record. We've got Farfetch coming out soon as well. And then there'll be more streams to come as well. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all very, very soon.